Hi, I'm Tony Burrows, and I first want to say to those of you who are hosting or considering hosting an Intender Cybercircle that I honor you for what you do. By running one of these cybercircles, you're making a difference in people's lives. Indeed, these Intender Cybercircles are a giant step toward bringing all of us together. A giant step toward reawakening the spirit of the highest good in the hearts and minds of humankind. A giant step toward creating true empowered community. I acknowledge you for having the foresight to recognize the wondrous benefits that come to all those who answer the call of the highest good. And I am truly grateful for you and this grand adventure we're on. May our time together contribute to the creation of a better world for all of us to live in. So be it, and so it is. Now, before we begin, we want you to know that there are several very helpful tools that we've made available to make your Intender Cybercircle hosting experience better. And you can get these at www.intenders.com/cctools.html. Included in this tool package is a welcome letter that you can send to your group at least 3 days before your first Cybercircle. It contains an overview of the entire Cybercircle process, along with links to some YouTubes that will help your people get off to a great start. To start an Intender Cybercircle, the first thing you'll do is go to Google. Since in order to be in a Google Hangout, you will have already installed Google+, all you have to do is go to the far left side of the Google menu bar where you'll see your name and a plus sign, and click on it. That'll take you to your Google Plus page. And now on the right side, you'll see what looks like a green bubble with the word Hangouts next to it. Click on either one of those. And that opens a window below it that says New Hangout. Click on the plus sign there. And now you can either add names from the list that's already there, or you can add new names. I'm going to add in Pam Baugh, our Intender's Community Director, and I'm going to hit the checkbox. And this then brings up a widget that looks like a video camera. Click on that and your Hangout opens up. Now you can name your Hangout later, but first it's wise to send out a backup email to your people because the Google email can be a bit slow. To do this, I copy the URL that's up in the browser's menu bar, and then I go over here to my email program where I've got a backup email template waiting for me. And you'll see this goes to pam@intenders.com, and all I'm going to do is paste in the address of the Hangout, and voila, I hit the send button and I'm ready for my friends to arrive. Now let's talk about the flow of the Cybercircle for a few moments. When you host an Intender Cybercircle, one of the first things you'll want to do is show the newcomers that they can run their cursor across the faces at the bottom of the screen and do 3 things. The first thing, as you see me run my cursor across Pam's face there, is it shows her name underneath. So when you want to let your members of your circle know everybody's name, you can just tell them to run their cursor across the faces. Now you can also click on that person. Here, there's Marina's joined us here, so I'm going to click on Marina, and there she is, up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. And you can also mute the person by clicking the little microphone right there, next to their name. And you can also mute yourself by going up to the microphone at the very top of the screen. The first time you meet with your group, it works best to start out by asking everyone to introduce themselves, say where they're from, and say a bit about themselves. After the first week, you won't need to reintroduce yourselves unless there are newcomers to the circle. So next, you can go to the 2-minute Win of the Week, where each person shares something good that's happened to them recently. The only guidelines here are to keep it to 2 minutes or under, and if someone can't think of something good that's happened to them recently, it's better if they pass, rather than share any personal issues at this time. After the introductions, or the win of the week, you can go directly to saying your gratitudes, intentions, and visions, like you see us doing in part 3 of our Cybercircle YouTubes. Or you can make use of several different options. It's very important to note here that each group will decide the format and flow of their own Cybercircle. The only thing we strongly recommend is that you share your gratitudes, intentions, and visions for your ideal world and line them all up with the highest good. We know that this will give you excellent results. Other than that, you can run your Cybercircle any way you like. In our Cybercircles, before we say our intentions, we take advantage of 2 options: an invocation and a short guided meditation. We wouldn't miss the meditation because it's so relaxing and helps us let go of the cares and concerns of the day. Nor would we miss the invocation because we've come to learn that there's so much more going on in the invisible than we've been led to believe. According to our scientists, we only perceive less than 1% of what's going on around us with our 5 senses, while the other 99% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, which includes our TV waves, radio waves, cell phone frequencies, emotions, thoughts, and so forth, remain invisible to us. Those of us who've been working with the invisible for a while have found that within the unseen spectrums there are living beings. You can call them guides, helpers, angels, inorganic beings, or whatever you like. The point is that they rally to our side and assist us whenever we call them forth. Indeed, they're reaching out to us in exactly the same measure that we reach out to them. So that's what the invocation does. It's a way for us to reach out. And those who are becoming more intuitive can tell you that we always feel better when we make an invocation and follow it with a short guided meditation. After the meditation, we each share our gratitudes, intentions, and visions for our ideal world with everyone in the Cybercircle. This is our main purpose for coming together, and we follow the Intender's Cybercircle protocol, which you will find on our Cybercircle Tools page. Then, after everyone has had full expression stating their gratitudes, intentions, and visions, we like to exercise an option that we call Empowering Conversation, where we pick a positive, empowering, non-political topic and talk about it for a few minutes. In this part, anyone can contribute or not. It's okay just to listen and soak up the wisdom being shared. Now, some circles like to follow the empowering conversation with another option. They go around the circle one more time, with each person sharing a vision for their personal life, seeing it as if it has already happened. Since we've learned that visualizing or picturing the final outcome is a huge key to making us better manifestors, we like to end this part of the circle by saying, "I see myself with." After that, we go directly to the socializing, networking, and the fun stuff. Again, we want to emphasize that how you run your Cybercircle is completely up to you and your group. Now we'd like to share a few troubleshooting tips with you. Just so you know, Google is always looking to make their Hangouts work better, but it's common to have some glitches. The most prevalent, we found, is a microphone feedback echo, which is caused by a microphone placed in the directional path of the speakers. The fix for mic feedback is for everyone to use earbuds or headphones or have a portable microphone. The Cybercircles go so much better when everyone can hear clearly. So when a participant does not have earbuds, headphones, or a portable mic, it's a courtesy to everyone else if they mute themselves when they're not talking. Also, if someone is having challenges with their connection to the Hangout, it's usually because their internet service provider's rate of transfer or their computer is just too slow. It works best to run your Hangout on the fastest ISP and computer that's available. Likewise, wired connections are typically faster and more reliable than wireless connections. You'll also want to tell your participants to avoid backlighting because it makes them appear dark in the video. Backlighting is caused by having a bright window behind their back, and it's easily fixed by having a light pointing at them from in front. Now, occasionally, when an intender gets to feeling so good after saying their intentions, they'll forget to say "so be it," or they'll forget to tag the next person. In these instances, it's helpful if the host goes ahead and says "so be it" for them, or goes ahead and tags the next person. This keeps the circle flowing smoothly. And just as a reminder, it really helps if everyone in the Cybercircle is familiar with the guidelines in the Intender's Handbook. It's especially important for people to know that we do our best to use positive languaging, and we refrain from naming and claiming sicknesses and diseases in our circles, whether in a Cybercircle or in a real-life Intender circle. If someone continually disregards the guidelines in the handbook or causes any kind of disharmony in the group, it's up to the host to message them privately after the meeting and ask them to please stop what they're doing. By the same token, on occasion you'll have someone in your Cybercircle who has a drama in their life. When this happens, we let them go on about it for perhaps 2, 3, 4 sentences, just long enough to get the gist of it all, but not so long that they dump their emotional charge or start wallowing in it and draining the energy of the group. And then we ask them an all-important question. What's your intention around this? What we found is that after they make a clear intention around it, they'll come back to the circle a week or 2 later, and guess what? No more drama, because the intention they made is manifested for them. At the end of the first meeting, but before everyone signs off, the host will want to take care of 2 other orders of community business. You want to make sure that the current time slot is best for everyone, and if not, change it. Likewise, you'll want to name your Cybercircle. In many cases, we at Intenders Central will pick a temporary name for your group. However, you can change it at any time to fit the character and feel of your community. And by the way, if you're looking to host an Intenders Cybercircle and do not already have people in your group, you can email our community director, Pam Baugh, at pam@intenders.com, and she will match you up with others who have contacted us wanting to join a Cybercircle. We can tell you that if you do host an Intender Cybercircle, you'll soon have several new friends in your life. We've had wonderful, even magical experiences together since we created our Genesis Cybercircle. We started out as a positive support group, and we turned into a family. And it didn't take long. Within a couple of weeks, a bond was formed between us, and a spirit, a feeling of caring and connectedness began to show itself right away. And isn't what so many of us are longing for and looking for? A feeling of oneness with others in a supportive, empowered community environment. Indeed, now with our Intender Cybercircles, how far apart we are doesn't matter. That feeling of oneness, we can get it online. And when it happens, well, you'll see.